You're not real. You're...
Cloud, I have a favor to ask of you. Run away. You have to leave. You have to live.
You bastard! Yeah!
Hold on to that hatred.
TGS 2019 is just around the corner, and we have finally got an official confirmation that Final Fantasy VII Remake will be at TGS 2019. Guys, this comes straight from their website where they have Final Fantasy VII Remake listed as one of the games that will be at their show, alongside many other Square Enix titles, but the one we want to focus on right now is the Final Fantasy VII Remake. What could we possibly get? I'm thinking that we're likely going to get a trailer, maybe some more gameplay footage. I think we're actually okay on the gameplay footage end of things. I'm more interested in seeing some more character reveals and getting an idea of what all the different cast looks like. Now, do I think they're going to reveal everything in the next show? Not likely. I do think that PSX 2019 is going to be another stage where they reveal even more details. But I think a good showing would be seeing the Turks, seeing Red 13, anything that involves the main cast. So even if they don't show Red 13, if they're showing the Turks, I think that's a big showing in the end, especially considering how big of a role they play in Midgar, even outside of Midgar, but mostly focused inside Midgar. I would also like to see some shops, see what things look like in terms of if you wanted to go to one of the shops where they sell weapons or materia or items. I would love to see what they do there. That's something we can look forward to, and that's something that's coming up very, very soon. And I know that I'm really excited for all the content that is going to come out about this game in September. I also wanted to talk about the current leaks that have been happening, showing gameplay cutscenes and showing really things that Square Enix didn't want us to see. Now, I don't care about people putting this out there. That's not a problem for me. That's completely up to anybody who wants to see that. Me personally, I want to experience Final Fantasy VII Remake organically. I want to experience it the way it's meant to be experienced. Seeing some of the, especially the introduction cutscenes that they didn't show us in trailers or show us on stage, it felt almost like a spoiler. Now, I understand we all know the story. Like, if you are a hardcore Final Fantasy VII fan, you already know the story at hand, but I'm not referring to the story. I'm talking more about the way they execute it. So the way the cutscenes happen, the way the characters interact together. These are things I want to experience organically, and I will say that I will not be covering that on this channel. That's just something that I don't want to do because it will spoil the game for me. I want to experience it the same way I experienced Final Fantasy VII when it first came out. I did not know about any of the scenes that were happening, and I think that's what made it so special. So going forward, I don't want to cover any leaked gameplay or leaked cutscenes. I will cover the game in terms of new features they've added to the Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I don't want to see the cutscenes. I don't want to see stuff like that because it really does just ruin the experience. Another thing I wanted to discuss was the future of this channel. Going forward, I'm going to cover all gaming content that interests me and very likely will interest you guys as well because it remains in the same genre in a lot of ways. I'm going to cover the PlayStation 5 coming out. I'm going to cover like the console generations, what's going on there. I want to cover some of the new RPGs and action RPGs that are coming out, such as Cyberpunk, which is a huge game that I cannot wait for. I have a lot to say about the game, right? I have a lot to say about many other games. Now, if you guys remember originally when I opened this channel, this was actually a variety games channel, and then very quickly, my passion for Final Fantasy VII took over. And as much as I love talking about Final Fantasy VII, I play a huge variety of games, and I have a lot of opinions on the matter. Some of you care to hear them, some of you don't. But if you do, I hope that you continue along with me on this journey, interact with me on the comments or interact with me on streams. Anytime I put out content or when I'm live streaming, I love when you guys come in. We just hang out, we play games, we have a good old time, and that's really what it's about. It's about having fun, just sharing our passion for video games. Without dragging this video on any longer, I appreciate all the support from every single one of you. There are some of you that I know a lot better than others, and I would like to get to know all of my subscribers. So when I do put out a live stream, I would love if you guys join me there. We can talk about our passion for games and what games we're interested in. But going forward, I can't wait to put out some new content about all the games that are coming out that are amazing and that I'm very sure you are all excited for. Now, with that said, Final Fantasy VII Remake content is going to stay here. We are going to talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake whenever it is deemed necessary, whenever there's content to talk about, but I'm not going to pull content out of my rear end just because at that point I'm just trying to milk something that just isn't there, right? And as much as I love the content that I talk about, I don't want to do it to the point just because it's Final Fantasy VII, right? We want to make sure it's something that's enjoyable, that's something that has a purpose. As always, guys, please don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description. Please subscribe, like, comment. I will talk to you guys on the next one. Take care.